So Metro Exodus has finally been launched. I'm doing something new today. Don't think I've ever seen it on YouTube, but it's a moto vlogging game review. So all you copycats out there, don't go imitating my content. Bringing something new to YouTube for a change. And Metro Exodus is my first review. Now, I've been playing Metro Exodus, I believe, since about 2011, 2012, somewhere around then. That was when Metro 2033 came out on Xbox 360. And to be honest, my gaming preferences over the last sort of 10 years is to play online only. So, you know, going online, playing against other people. They shoot me, I shoot them type of multiplayer games. I absolutely love them, and that's what I prefer to play. The whole single player mode for me, I've kind of fell out of love with it, and I just don't play single player games anymore, apart from Metro. Now, it's basically set in post-apocalyptic Russia after a nuclear war, and it's basically a case of surviving. Lots of gory gameplay action with firearms and monsters and all sorts of crazy stuff like that. So if you are new to the Metro genre, I highly recommend that you go back and play the Metro 2033 and Metro Last Light. Now, they have actually been remade as part of a upgrade for PS4 and Xbox One. It's called Metro Redux. So basically it's like the 360 games, except they've upgraded the graphics and the gameplay a bit for the next generation console. Obviously you can get them relatively cheap now as well, for like £10 or something, and just go through them first two games. You'll get an understanding of the storyline, the world that you're living in, and for me it's just got such a claustrophobic atmosphere. You're always struggling either for air because you have to use a gas mask and filters to go up on the top surface, because clearly it's nuclear fallout up there. So you've obviously got to keep monitoring your filter level, your ammunition level, your supplies. It's a real survival horror type game. I literally cannot praise it enough. It's the only single player game that still gets me going. So as you can imagine, I was extremely excited about Metro Exodus, because it is the third game in the series. It has been upgraded for 4K for Xbox One X and probably PS4 Pro. To be honest with you, I was expecting a hell of a lot, and the game hasn't disappointed. It hasn't really got me at the start, mainly because there's a hell of a lot of FMV. You're constantly listening to people ramble on.
Oh my God! You're alive! Alive! Are you hurt? Hunter's badge? It stopped the bullet!
Take this!
Don't move!
Attention. Control unit damaged.
You can't really skip it, and at the beginning I was like, oh, for God's sake, are they ever going to stop going on? I just want to play the game and get out there. The main feature and difference of Exodus compared to the first two games is it is a open world exploration type game. So you're in a big sandbox, you're going from one point to the next, scavenging materials, scavenging items that will help you upgrade your weapons and your health and your armor and things like that. So the first two games are very linear, so you couldn't really deviate off the beaten path and explore things, whereas Exodus is really open world. Now it starts like most Exodus games, Metro games. You are put into a difficult situation. You are out in the open world exploring and trying to scavenge for materials and weapons and things like that, and then you end up getting kidnapped by some dirty cannibals who basically try and eat your missus. Excuse me if that sounds a bit dirty, but I mean literally, you know, in a burger or kebab. And yeah, it goes on from there. You're on this big train, and the train's called Exodus. And yeah, it's just a case of going from one territory to the next and exploring these different territories. There's so much to do in this game. I can't really praise it enough. It certainly has got me now that the game's got going. It did take a little while, as I said, for the FMV and the whole plot setting, background and story bit to go away. It's now dulled down a little bit in a sense of FMV, and now I'm getting to the meat of the game, and what an absolute cracker it is. It's as good as the other Metros for me, if not probably the best. The weapons are awesome. I'm not going to give too much away because I don't want to spoil it for everyone. Obviously I do want you to play it. But yeah, the weapons start off pretty basic. Weapons that you'll recognise from the two games previously. But as time goes on, you do start finding stuff that you just wouldn't have ever imagined possible in the first two Metro games. So it does get better. That's the best way I can summarise Exodus. Is it starts slow, it starts to get better. Now I haven't actually completed the game yet. I have no idea how far I am through it, but I've put some bare hours into it since I bought it. I think it was released like a week ago. And you know, you've got the open world, but there's all sorts of other little bells and whistles that go with it. So you've got like safe houses, so kind of like other games. I can't remember what game it reminds me of, but there's an open world game out there where you have to explore, obviously. and you find safe houses, and safe houses give you the ability to customize and service all your weapons, to go to sleep, so you can actually choose whether you want to go out at night or day. Basically by night there are lots more monsters about, but obviously you can take a far more stealthy approach. And in the daytime there's less monsters about, but obviously you can be seen ever so easily. So if you're not going stealthy, if you're going gun-ho, go by day. If you're going stealthy, definitely go by night. The gameplay, it's no Call of Duty, that's all I'm going to say. If you're getting on this thinking it's going to be first person Call of Duty, you're going to be really disappointed. It is slow, it is a bit clunky, but once you get used to it, it's okay. I mean, I think the justification from 4A Games to the needs of the developers is that you are wearing a massive radiation suit, mask, big boots and stuff like that. So as far as just general walking about the place, it is rather slow, and I think that's how they're justifying it. You can sprint, but you can't sprint for very long. Your player gets very tired very easily, which is understandable if he's got a load of armour on and face mask and backpack and everything like that. So basically, if you haven't actually got round to playing Exodus yet, I highly recommend it. Get out there, get a copy, and I promise you, if you enjoyed the original Metro games, this game will have you so badly.
Don't shoot! I'm with the stalker. I'm not with him. They need me. Hartfield, come on! They're going to tear us to pieces!
So as I said, I haven't actually completed the game yet. I've got a long way to go. I'm not going to give too much away in the sense of the story, because the story is very interesting, and as I said, they can rattle on a little bit, but if you can just get by that, you know, you will get into the storyline and really start to enjoy the game. So yeah, if you haven't played it, please go buy it, have fun. You've been listening to Lead Redlines. I hope you enjoyed this gaming review. If you like what you listened to today and you like motorbikes and all other sorts of bike life content, then please like and subscribe. Check out my other videos, and I'll see you on the next one.